Tesla's up another 2% today, and big money was very active. We saw a lot of unusual buys today on Tesla, Carvana, AMD, Intel, Meta, Microsoft, Nvidia, and we're going to cover all of this as well as my calls on Tesla in this video. Now, I was covering my positions, both of them, all day over on my X account, so if you guys are not following me there, make sure you do follow them because it's kind of a compendium in real time to the show that we do here on YouTube every single night. But today we are talking about the weekly calls that we closed them out for a profit, and the monthly calls that we have currently, which we're up about 180% on. So very, very good. And you can see that what we were looking at today was this descending wedge on the 65-minute chart. We are looking for the potential push through 255 to move us up to 257 and 258. And from there, that's exactly what happened. We actually ran right through there on the 15-minute chart. You can see pushed up, tapped this level of 258, and then pulled our way back. Now, in this post, you're probably thinking to yourself, what are these red levels here? Do I draw these out on my own, or is this something that is happening on its own? And these are called order blocks. You can use many different indicators. We have proprietary ones here, which you can get access to at the second link in the description, but you can also use free indicators like Smart Money Concepts or just order blocks on any trading chart software that you use. These will show you big institutional orders, which will act as supports and resistances. And you can see that while I closed out my position today, our trading bot is still in Tesla, expecting a continued move to the upside. Now, if we zoom out here on a daily chart, you're going to see once again today, Tesla pushed up as we said in the beginning of the video, but we actually closed up near highs of day today, which is not what happened yesterday. We talked about in the video yesterday, this PWH or previous week high, and that this would be a very important pivot level, and that if we were able to hold over this pivot level of $254, that the chances of Tesla moving its way up to $270 become even higher. And the fact that we held it today is definitely a good sign. I'm still expecting Tesla over the next couple of weeks to move its way up to $288, but I closed my weekly calls today just because of the risk. For those of you who are newer to options trading, any options that expire within 5 days are going to have very high theta decay and usually very high implied volatility. And whenever you hold an options contract, it's going to have a decay. So you can never get rid of it, but the closer the expiration, the worse the decay will be. And that essentially means the more money you're going to lose if this just sits sideways. So what we want to do is make sure that we're really only trading these short-term options. Number one, if we're somebody who considers ourselves an advanced trader, really I expect most people to be sticking to trading to shares. And number two, we really only want to be trading these when the market is in a very strong direction, either to the up or the downside. We don't want to be trading these when we're in these sideways consolidation moments, because then we're just giving money up to the person who wrote us the contracts completely for free. And there's no reason that we should just be giving our hard-earned money away. Now, watching the 1 hour chart, we really have to see this push over 258 tomorrow. If we were to come back tomorrow and break 252, then we could see the chance of the potential 1% to 2% pullback down to $240. But to be quite honest, that is not even on my horizon at this moment. I think that we will most likely see Tesla continue to push its way up, and I do think that we will see $260 tomorrow. Now, with that being said, the entire market is also, I think, going to push up alongside of Tesla as well. I currently have Microsoft calls and I have Meta calls, and you can see on the alert log here in the middle of your screen, anything that is pink and anything that is gold is going to be considered very unusual when it comes to traders like us. Now, this software is called Black Box Stocks. I tell everybody here on the community that 90% of flow or unusual options activity is completely worthless. The reason for this is that number one, most softwares won't even give you the information that you really need. And second of all, you have to be very proficient and very skilled at reading flow to understand what you're doing and to make sure that you're not being duped. Because a lot of people don't know how to read flow, they misinterpret it incorrectly, and then they end up getting screwed. So what we're going to be looking at here is two types of alerts. The first one is going to be called an alpha gold alert, which is these gold ones here, such as Meta, and then the Nvidia and LVS. These three are more high conviction. A gold alert like this is massive, and I post all of these within our Discord community, which is going to be the first link in the description. And if you want access to all my trades, you can get the upgrade over there with the second link in the description. But anything that I consider unusual, I handpick and post over there. You can see that the flow that came through on Meta today was at 9:57 a.m., expiring 12/22/2023, so a very short expiration with a 355 strike. So this is very far out of the money. And if we were to actually isolate it a bit further, you're going to see these are all of the flows that came through on those calls. Now, I don't look at any type of unusual flow and say to myself, okay, I'm definitely buying this or I'm not buying this. I will always cross-reference it with how the chart is currently looking. And when watching the 1 hour chart on Meta, you can see that we've been moving up in a very consistent nature. Push up, consolidation, push up, consolidation, push up, consolidation. And it seems that we will most likely see Meta continue to push its way back up to $360 or $364. So when we see strong price structure like this in a very strong uptrend with big money buying into it, we know that there's a very high chance that we'll most likely make a higher high. Moving over to Nvidia, you're going to see this large bullish flow that came through expiring 1/19/2024. So this is obviously looked at as a swing trade, and this is unusual, as we say all the time, because it has size, $1 million on those contracts, time out until the 19th of January, and we have urgency, which is coming in on the ask. If we were to actually look a little bit deeper here, you're gonna be able to see just how much volume there was today. These blue vertical lines are going to represent how many contracts were being held in total at the open today. So we had about 2,000 contracts at the open that were being held. The volume today on these contracts is over 4,730, meaning that we have nearly double the amount of volume than we had on open interest, which means we had nearly double the amount of contracts traded today versus what was being held in total this morning, which is very unusual. And if we watch the 1 hour here on Nvidia, you're going to see that we have been testing and using this trend line support, bouncing and keeping this very tight market structure and looking like we should see this push back up to 504 going into tomorrow. And when the market is rallying like this with big money buying Mag 7 or big tech stocks, this is usually a good sign that we're going to see the market continue to run into the rest of this year. And if we look at most stocks going into the rest of this year, the last couple of weeks are some of the best weeks for these companies. For instance, the 53rd or last week of the year is 100% of the time over the past 13 years. So 13 of 13 is up and green for Tesla, making it one of its best months. As we close out this year, we're coming up on a huge milestone. This channel is nearly 50,000 subscribers. We have over 10,000 members within our Discord community and nearly 1,000 premium members in our private group. And I truly want to say from the bottom of my heart, guys, thank you so much. I never planned on this being a business. I never planned on this being a career. All I ever wanted to do was just trade and just live my life and travel. It's opened up my eyes to realize not only how many people I can help, but overall how many people that I can connect with and build this amazing community with. I'll be honest, guys, like I am only motivated up into a certain point. I'm not really motivated by money. I'm not highly motivated by things. I'm really motivated by building shit, really cool shit with people I care about. When I sit back and I look at my life when I'm 80 years old, I'm not going to regret not having something. I'm going to regret not going after an opportunity with an amazing community of people that I truly care about. I want to see this through to the end. I want to see Traders Helping Traders become one of the biggest trading platforms that there is out there. And I want this to become something that is much bigger than just myself. I'm dedicating myself in that to 2024, guys. Thank you for all the support. If you want to be there on the journey, check out the second link in the description. Get access to all of my trades, all of my trading bots, which are up over 1,200% this year. Absolutely insane. Go check them out, guys. Thank you for all of your support, and I'll see you next time. Peace.